It wasn't too long ago that Pascal Siakam was this breakout player who was a top 3 option on an NBA championship winning team, and just 2 years later he's already become one of the most underrated players in the league. I understand that Pascal has his flaws as a player, but I truly believe they have overshadowed just how good he has been since becoming the focus point of the Toronto Raptors offense. In today's video, I will be going over the game of Pascal Siakam, some of his best recent moments, and why I believe he is truly underrated. But before we get into today's video, if you're new and you like basketball, I really think you would love this channel. So if you haven't already, feel free to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and be notified whenever I release a video. I make videos about the NBA, and make videos to take elements from film essays and apply them to basketball, so if either of those things are of interest to you, this is the channel for you. Let's try to get 100 likes on this video so YouTube will recommend it to others. Also, make sure you go check out my other channel where I make videos covering the NBA draft and high school basketball players as well. So if that interests you, the link to that channel will be in the description below and in the pinned comment as well. I just made a video about Victor Wembanyama over there, so go check that out if you want to. But with that being said, let's get right into the video. This past season, Pascal Siakam averaged 21.4 points per game, 7.2 rebounds per game, 4.5 assists per game, and 1.1 steals per game. He shot 45.5% from the field, 29.7% from 3, and 82.7% from the free throw line. His field goal percentage saw a slight increase from 45.3% he shot in 2020 to obviously that 45.5% he shot from the field this past season. It's not really something to write home about, I'll be quite honest with you. His 3-point percentage did see a decrease from 35.9% that he shot in 2020 to again that 29.7% he shot this past season, and he did take 2 less free throw attempts per game compared to that 2020 season. His free throw percentage did see an increase from 79.2% in his 2020 season to around again that 82.7% he shot this past season. What I was most encouraged by, however, was his increase in assists per game from 3.5 in 2020 to 4.5 in 2021. On top of that, his turnovers went down slightly from 2.5 in 2020 to 2.3 in 2021. So the assists per game going up by at least 1, and the turnover numbers slightly going down is an encouraging sign to me. I also was encouraged by his improvement in his field goal percentage by distance. His 3 to 10 for field goal percentage saw an increase of 4.2% from 38.2% in 2020 to 42.4% in 2021. His 10 to 16 for field goal percentage saw an increase of 9.6% from 32.9% in 2020 to 42.5% in 2021. His 16 to 3-point field goal percentage saw an increase of 10.8% from 30.4% in 2020 to 41.2% in 2021. So I don't think he's even really regressed, to be quite honest with you, outside of his 3-point percentage, and that's something that stats show. And when you watch him play, given the circumstances, I think he had a pretty good year. He also was dealing with a lot of injuries this season, to say the least. He had a groin injury this season, he had a knee swelling issue this season, he missed 8 games due to health and safety protocol, and he had a torn labrum in his left shoulder that required surgery. On top of this, the Raptors as a team were in a tough spot due to the health and safety protocol around the league, and were basically playing all their games on the road as they had to play their quote-unquote home games in Tampa Bay, and really that's not a home environment, especially considering the fan base that Toronto has. So to be quite honest with you, I think all things considered, Pascal Siakam had a pretty good season. He's still one of those guys that I feel is an all-star level player and one of the better power forwards and players in the league. His play didn't fall off from his all-star season. He's still someone I would love to have as a high-end number 2 option on a serious contender. Just because he uses a spin move a few too many times doesn't mean he isn't a good player, because Pascal Siakam is a very good player, who just 1 year ago was averaging 22, 7, and 4 on a team that was the 2nd best overall record team-wise in the league, and he made All-NBA second team because of it. I don't think a few bad games in the bubble in a season where he honestly was still pretty good despite the basketball gods just throwing about everything they could at him and his team to make them miserable. He is still a very good player in my eyes. I am very interested in the future of Pascal Siakam. I am very interested in what goes on because it doesn't look like he's guaranteed to be a part of Toronto's future. given that he's 27, going to be 28 next year. He's entering his prime. He's somebody that, you know, look at what Toronto just did. They drafted a player in the top 4 that plays a very similar position to Pascal Siakam. Maybe not the same player, per se. I wouldn't say close to the same playing style at all, but definitely similar position-wise at that power forward spot. You know, when you invest top 4 capital in a player that plays the same position as you, that means your time isn't certain with that team, especially considering they drafted that player 4th overall when there were very good guards and small forwards still available. So that really tells me maybe it's time's up. He's obviously been in trade rumors. We've seen the Ben Simmons stuff. I think the Ben Simmons trade rumors with him are undervaluing both players, to be quite honest with you. But overall, I think Pascal Siakam is still a very good player. That's somebody that, you know, I could see putting up, you know, similar numbers to what he's putting up now on contenders as like a number 2 option. I don't think he can be a number 1. Only so many players in the league can be number 1s, and just because I don't think he can be number 1 doesn't mean I don't think he's a good player, because I think he's a very good player. But at the same time, you know, the path Toronto's on and the path that he's on in his career, I don't think it quite lines up the way that you would hope it would. And I think that, again, because of this, he's going to get traded sooner rather than later. What teams do you think he should go? Leave that in the comment section below. I don't know the answers to those questions, but I am interested in seeing what goes on with Pascal Siakam, because, again, he is one of the better players in the league. One of the 40 to 30, I would say closer to 30 best players in the league than 40. And I really think that he's been undervalued over the past 2 years, despite playing very well, especially considering the circumstances he's been under.